The champagne is on ice for the second straight day. The magic number is 1. It's the final series of the season. Alex Cora's team is 1 win away from clinching a playoff spot. The Tigers in town also trying to punch their postseason ticket as they try to pull out a massive late-season slump that has seen them fall into the wild card race as Cleveland has surged past them to take the AL Central lead. It is Red Sox first pitch presented by Rodenheiser Home Services. Welcome, everyone. Tom Caron, Will Middlebrooks, Hall of Famer Jim Rice. Sox wrap up the season with 3 against Detroit. These must be big games. We're in a tie.
Real big.
I saw that. I thought, I was like, man, I missed the email, but we're good. We're good. 2-1.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Hey,
Hall of Famer dresses it
just
up.
because one jump off the bridge doesn't mean both of you guys got to jump off the bridge. Come on.
Listen, nothing better than popping champagne at home. That's the upside of not getting it done last night. It's pretty straightforward. Win and you're in, but you got to win.
Yeah, talking to the guys down the field, they're locked in, they're having fun, they're loose. You never want to get tight. This is a tough place to play when you're tight, and it's a young group that hasn't experienced this much, but they seem like they're the normal selves. They're having fun.
Depends on what you're speaking of when you say locked in. Locked in, you could be too tight. I want to be locked in. So I want to be locked in, but I want to be loose. You know, just let it flow. Sometimes you go up there and you're locked in. You're like you're robotic.
Can't be too serious.
Right.
Yeah, don't be too serious.
The worst case scenario is you lose 3 in a row. Houston wins 3 in a row. You're out. That's the worst case scenario. The second worst scenario, which I don't want to see, is you lose tonight and Houston wins in the middle of the night. They start their game at 10:05, and then you wake up tomorrow and you clinched. Get it done.
That's right. You got to get it done.
You want to celebrate after a win.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel right waiting for someone else to lose.
Listen, we came on after a Mark Teixeira walk-off grand slam that clinched it for the Red Sox. All right, you pop champagne that night, you'll pop champagne after anything.
Yeah, sure. And speaking of being loose, I mean, it's not so many things you think about, but one thing you think about is after you come home off a road trip, that's in my mind, we got to win. And you look at the history of the guys this year, they have not done very well after coming off the road.
All right. It's amazing that we're down to the last 3 games, and 3 of the 6 American League teams have punched their ticket to the playoffs, but only 1 knows exactly where it will finish. The Mariners have wrapped up the American League West. Everything else is up for grabs. Blue Jays and Yankees tied at the moment. Blue Jays have the tiebreaker, but they've got a lot to play for over these 3 days. Guardians and Tigers are tied at the moment. Guardians have the tiebreaker, which is why this weekend is so important for the Detroit Tigers. Red Sox, if they win the series, they will finish with the number 2 wild card spot and take on either New York or Toronto. You know that.
It's crazy that there's 3 games left, and there's 4 options of who you're going to play. If you get in, you have no idea at this point because you don't know who's going to win that division, either division between the East and the Central. A lot comes down to these last 3 days.
But me as being with the Red Sox or any other team, it wouldn't bother me. I don't care. As long as you're in, because you know what? Other teams are going to be watching you at home with a beer or something, and we out playing baseball.
No, Will's thinking about himself. He's got to prepare for 6 different teams right now.
I'm thinking about what pitching staff I don't want to face, right? Or what hot team I don't want to face right now.
Will's got 6 sets of game notes sitting on the table at the hotel right now. Red Sox hand the ball to Kyle Harrison tonight. He'll make his second start with the Red Sox, first at Fenway Park. He pitched well against Tampa Bay Saturday night.
He did. And, look, all you heard about this kid when he came over was he's got to find out how to throw more strikes. He's got to be more consistent with his delivery and repeat his delivery and throw more strikes. He's got good stuff. But ever since he's come up, that has not been an issue. He's been a strike thrower right at you with the 4-seam. He can get the 4-seam past you at the top of the zone. Good slurve, good changeup also.
Just good stuff and keep the ball in the ballpark. That's what we're looking for. Let the team play.
Red Sox been talking about the big 3. I'm not sure if that makes Harrison and Connolly Early the little 2, but they need them to come up big beginning tonight as Harrison takes the mound. We get more on the pitching situation through the weekend. Jemai Webster joins us from the field.
Well, TC, here we are. Who would have signed up for this? Game 160, 3 games versus Detroit, and the Red Sox have to win just 1 to punch their ticket to the postseason. They could also get help from Houston, but they certainly would like to take care of business themselves. And here's how the pitching plan lines up. Kyle Harrison tonight, Connolly Early in Game 2, and Lucas Giolito in the finale if necessary. They hope to not have to use him if they take care of business tonight. That way they can use him in the wild card. But first things first, it starts with Harrison tonight, and nobody has a spotlight on them more than pitching coach Andrew Bailey. And I had a chance to talk with him earlier today as he's getting his guys ready and prepared for this battle. And here's what he had to say.
We still got a job to finish, take care of business, and get to the postseason. So priority is win tonight. The boys have been throwing the ball really well all season long. Obviously, ebbs and flows of 162 games, but really proud of some of the strides that they made personally and us as a team, and looking forward to finish strong here and have some fun in the postseason.
You got Kyle Harrison tonight. I recall way back in Seattle when the acquisition was made, you were high on him. You really liked him. What's allowed him to have success in this short amount of time?
Yeah, I mean, his mindset's off the charts. A high school kid that is beyond his age in terms of knowledge and understanding of the game of baseball. What makes him successful at the major league level, and the ability to be open-minded about how to get better, outing to outing, long-term, short-term, and his ability to compete. And I think we saw that in his outing in Tampa in the 6th inning there, where he really hunkered down and got some big outs for us there. Really excited to have Harrison, with us with the organization, and obviously with my tenure in San Francisco and knowing him, I was excited that we acquired him, in that trade.
So Red Sox pitcher Kyle Harrison, the big piece to the puzzle here tonight. He was once the San Francisco Giants' #1 prospect, and Bailey has liked him going back to his days with the Giants previously, having that familiarity with Harrison. He was impressive in his last start, holding the Tampa Bay Rays to just 1 run across 6 innings. He has never faced the Detroit Tigers, but no time like the present to get your first win. Most importantly for this team and this fan base who has been clamoring for this chance for the last 4 seasons. We will see if there's champagne showers, but it starts with Harrison toeing the rubber for the Red Sox here tonight.
Well, no doubt about that. That's where it starts, and that's where you hope it ends.
You just don't want to keep stretching this thing out.
Right.
Just to get it done now, and you move on.
Because it goes back. You think about 2004 in the Yankees, right? Like that, Red Sox won Game 4, and you're like, all right, they won Game 5, and all of a sudden there comes a point where the pressure starts to mount. You don't want to have to take the field tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock with nothing wrapped up.
You also don't want to face Scooble.
You do,
on
Jim?
Sunday.
What do you?
These young guys don't know about anything about pressure.
They have a losing record at home over the last month. That's pressure. They have been feeling the pressure here at Fenway Park.
They don't look at this. We just talk about it. They don't look at this. They just go out and play.
Okay. I'm not talking about looking at it. I'm talking about they haven't been able to win at home. I think that's because the pressure's been mounting. They lead the league in errors. They have more errors at home than they have on the road. I think for a young team, pressure is a real thing, and they've got to learn to get past it.
I'll say this. You can't. You didn't struggle here much. I did. This is a tough place to struggle when you're young, because it piles onto you. It's heavy on your shoulders. Sometimes when you're a young player here and you're not playing well, you can't wait to go on the road because you don't want to let these people down.
But you look at a situation where there are not a lot of veterans on this ball club, where veterans, when I play, say, hey, look, I'm going to take care of your day. I'm going to walk it. Guys, I don't have it. You had a guy like Tion, like Bill Lee. You had Yaz. You had Rico. You had Dwight. You had Freddie. Hey, man, I don't have a day. We got you.
I think there's enough leadership. I think between Trevor and Bregman and there's plenty of that to go around to help with those guys.
But you can't go over and tell a guy in the middle of a game that they've lost 10 out of 15 at home. Jim.
Yeah.
They've got 3 games here at home this weekend. You got to rebuild a little bit of that mojo.
But I know things have changed, but we weren't the type of guy to come in with the headphones on and all. Right now, we're focused. We're trying to hurt somebody. We are trying to hurt someone.
Well, then you hope that's where they're at.
Yeah, and look, Detroit struggled too. Yeah. 5-16 this month.
Big time. But they have had an epic collapse.
But they still have it in there. They still have it in there, and they're backed in a corner right now.
Listen, if you blew a 15-game lead, that means you were really good because you built up a 15-game lead.
But here's the thing right here. This right here is called a 3-day playoff.
That's right.
That's what it is.
No, that's exactly right. Especially for Detroit.
Well, they're fighting for their life right now because otherwise they're going to go down as one of the biggest collapses of all time.
No, it'll be the biggest in American League history.
There you go.
78 was, and you guys had to play great baseball over the last 10 days to get there. This is bigger. This is 1 game more. They had a 15-game lead.
Why you had to bring that up?
Well, I just, you said you don't look at this, so I wanted to point it out to you.
You really know how to hurt a guy,
Take a look at the lineup. It's going to be a long hour. I'm already getting Jim mad at me. Since Story and Bregman flipped, they have really paid off, especially on the Bregman side. He's red hot once again, and that's the leadership you talk about. Those 2 guys trying to lead the way. Masataka Yoshida on a tear. He's just bummed that they're not playing the Toronto Blue Jays anymore, hitting 360 against Toronto. Romy Gonzalez in the 5-hole. Rafaela has been hot, so he has moved up the lineup. Nathaniel Lowe at first, Abreu and Narvaez rounding out the lineup tonight.